their advanced technologies, revolutionary inventions, and world-renowned universities. Japan, the US, India, the UK, to name a few. Are they really as smart as their reputation would have you think? And how does your country rank among the average IQ levels? 19. South Africa. With an average IQ of 70, South Africa took the 75th place out of 76 wealthy countries ranked by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD, back in 2015. There are 30,000 schools in South Africa, and 26,000 of them are funded by the government. From 7 to 15 is the compulsory school age for kids, with further study being optional and mostly for those planning to go to college. 18. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia can boast an average IQ of 81 and free primary education that starts at the age of 6. Kids of different genders don't study together there, and when they go on to high school, boys are free to choose a specialization in either sciences or literary studies. Some schools train them to get a career in agriculture, technical studies, and business. The first girls' school was opened in the country in 1956. These days, 200,000 women are university students, and they still study in separate classrooms from men. 17. India. Despite the strikingly low education expenditure of $22 per capita, India also boasts an average IQ of 81. India has 600 million young people, which is more than any other country in the world. In fact, 1/3 of its population is under 14, and the rates keep growing as 30 babies are born in the country every minute. India is not even expected to overtake China's leadership in population by 2022. Not only is India's population skyrocketing, so is its economy. And this makes it easy to predict that the country's young and active population will soon help India move closer to the top of the global IQ rating. 16. Indonesia. In 2015, the Program for International Students Assessment conducted a study that dubbed Indonesian students the happiest in the world. They might not have the highest IQ on the planet, even though 84 is still pretty good, but the literacy rate in the country is an astounding 95% according to UNESCO. That is, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. The number is even higher among youth, 99.67%. Most students focus on exact sciences, and the arts aren't all that popular there. 15. The Philippines. The Philippines might only be a tad larger than the state of Arizona when it comes to land area, but their average IQ of 86 puts them ahead of a lot of other countries on the global IQ lists. And it's no wonder. The government of the Philippines has invested more money in education in the past years, and the results are showing. Starting in 2011, they made 1 year of kindergarten education obligatory for their citizens, and they made all college tuition free in 2017. Approximately 1/3 of the population is enrolled in a university. 14. Malaysia. Most kids in Malaysia go to preschool at the age of 4, although it's not even compulsory to start so early. Primary school begins at the age of 6 and lasts for 6 years. Students then go on to 5 years of secondary education. They take the public Sigil Pelajaran Malaysia, or SPM exam, when they're in high school. This test is a really big deal, since it decides if they can later attend one of the country's 43 public higher education institutions or go to one of the 31 private universities. Well, perhaps all that hard work getting ready for this super important exam is why Malaysia has an impressive average IQ of 93. 13. Portugal. Portugal invests around $724 in public education per citizen. It's totally free and obligatory for kids up to 18 years of age. The government is currently trying to modernize the system by making classes smaller and facilities better. And it must be paying off since the average citizen has an IQ of 95. It's pretty prestigious to go on and get a higher education in Portugal, given that 5 of its universities are on the QS World University Rankings. 12. Italy. Italy has given the world a lot of great minds that made a huge contributions in both sciences and art, and the country can boast an average IQ of 97 points. The Italian constitution declares that schools receive state funding, but universities are independent. Italian kids study from the age of 6 to 16 and can then go on to get a higher education. Today, around 60% of young people attend university, and it's quite affordable. 11. Spain. The largest country in southern Europe also has an average IQ of 97. The Spanish government has really improved the educational standards in the last 25 years. It cost them a lot of money in reforms, but it did take Spain to the 30th spot out of 70 countries in the OECD rating. Interestingly enough, Spanish students show a higher sense of belonging at school than those in any other nation. 10. The U.S. It's a bit surprising that the land of Ivy League universities isn't at the top of the list, but the U.S. does have a pretty high average IQ of 98. The American educational system is rather different from a lot of other places in the world, and that's because individual states are in charge of public schools and universities within their territory. With 4,500 accredited higher education institutions, America is a popular academic destination for students from all around the world. Just be ready for a jaw-dropping tuition bill. 9. Australia. Like the US, Australia is another popular place for international students that enroll in one of its 1,200 institutions. Their school education lasts 13 years and is compulsory from 6 to 16. Australia's high educational standards, love for innovation, and comparatively low tuition must explain their IQ score of 99. 8. The UK. A country with centuries of educational traditions and sky-high standards, the UK is the first to cross the 100-point mark. Kids start school at age 3. And when they turn 16, they can either continue their studies or be done with them. The UK's higher educational institutes are internationally recognized, and London is often called the educational capital of the world. 7. Germany. Germany is a country famous for its sense of hard work. Its people are highly skilled, super productive, and live up to their high standards. And with an average IQ of 100, they're really intelligent too. It must be their well-organized educational system and tuition-free public universities to thank for that. 6. Canada. Canada takes one of the leading positions in lots of world rankings when it comes to quality of life, civil rights, and education. So the average IQ of 101 isn't too surprising for this country. Even though all post-secondary studies must be paid for, gifted students can get scholarships to help them out with getting a higher education. 5. The Netherlands. The Dutch attend school from 5 to 16 by law, but it's pretty common for parents to send their little ones to school at the age of 4. Even though the official language in the country is Dutch, a lot of instruction in schools and universities goes on in English. So those who get straight 10s, which is the highest grade you can get in Dutch schools, must grow up and become adults with an impressive average IQ of 102. 4. Japan. The country with the highest life expectancy in the world and famous for its cutting-edge technologies scored 105 points when it comes to IQ. The school attendance rate in Japan is about 99.99%. Students don't have to take any tests until the 4th grade because it's believed that developing a kid's character and good manners is more important early on. At the end of high school, Japanese students have to pass a really important exam that decides their future, so they take it very seriously. 3. China. You probably think of China as the country that produces just about everything in the world. Well, now you can associate it with an incredible average IQ of 105 despite really low per capita education expenditures of $27. University applicants face a lot of competition for scholarships, so they try to succeed academically as much as they can. 2. South Korea. A country that's often called an Asian economic dragon, South Korea leads in technologies as well as literacy, math, and the sciences. Preschool education starts as early as the age of 3, even though that is optional. Primary school offers a broad curriculum and teaches basic skills, physical education, and languages. Parents have to pay for their kids' education starting at the age of 15 until 18. Then students can compete for scholarships and go on to college. Today, creative thinking is encouraged more than ever before in a country with an average IQ of 106. 1. Singapore. The sovereign city-state of Singapore is one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world, and with a score of 108, it's the winner of today's IQ challenge. Students there have shown the best results in all subjects according to the 2016 PISA assessment. English is the official language of instruction, so students are well prepared for an international career in whatever field their heart might desire. So, where are you from, and what's the average IQ in your country? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and click subscribe to stay on the bright side of life.